because we think money happiness is partly unreal. So you can't base your happiness on just one material thing. Because if you do, you can lose money, like for example, lose money. And if you do, you won't be happy anymore and you will be miserable. So we don't think it's positive to base your happiness on money.
That's 34 seconds. Anybody else wants to use the time? No? You don't want to add anything to what he
Well,
just
yes,
said?
I can say that it doesn't matter the level of your income or how much money you make for a living, because at the end it will be the same for you, because money won't get you a true friendship or a true relationship. It will never cure terminal sickness and
Okay.
Well,
On this side, who's gonna reply? You can reply. You can reply with the facts and ideas that you have. Okay? Ready?
yeah.
Go.
So first, the thing you mentioned about that if you're miserable losing money, you're already assuming that you base your happiness on money. Because if you're being miserable losing money, that's basing your happiness on money. Well, anyway, then you said that material things won't bring you happiness, but that's not the only thing you can get with money. Also, according to a study by Harvard University by Dan Gilbert, he said that 57% of some respondents he had for a poll, he found that all those people were happier if they spent money with experiences with other people. For example, going to a park, going to a trip, that kind of stuff. And also, responding to Cesar, you mentioned that you can get a true friendship with money. That's true, because money, the happiness you get with it is only experiences and material, and also those are something apart from money. Those are different ways of happiness.
Okay, time. Go ahead.
Alright, so you mentioned the psychological study done by Harvard, but psychology is considered a pseudoscience, which means that it's not really based on the scientific method. So the results of those tests entering question, we don't know if they're very valid. So we can't base opinions off of that.
Anything else you guys want to add?
Okay, so I have an example of a guy who won 338 million in a lottery, and he isn't happy anyway. So that doesn't necessarily buy happiness.
You have 20 more seconds. You want to add anything? No? Okay, on this side, gonna reply.
Okay. We know that material things don't bring you happiness, but in the world like the world that we live in, it's money that gets you through your day. It's money that's required to get even like the smallest piece of gum. Why do you wake up every morning? You wake up to work. In your case, you come to school. Why? Because you need to study and prepare yourself to get a good paying job and to have something to maintain yourself. And how do you study by paying? Because an education costs money.
You want to add?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, answering to what they said, yeah, of course, if he's not happy, maybe his state of mind is not decided if he has money or not, because money can bring happiness to everyone. We're not assuming that money is what everyone needs to be happy. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Renata, you say that you give the example about you need money. So yes, money is a necessity, but right now we're talking about if money makes you happy. It is a necessity, we do need it, but I think you're getting kind of confused on that.
And I think that studying for a good job where you get a big income isn't like the best part of it. I think that respect for it from your co-workers isn't won by the level of money that you make per month, but by the acts and things you do for it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I think that the decision of being happy is up to you, because material stuff do make you happy. For example, you buy a gift for someone you love, that is something you buy with money and that makes you happy because if that makes you happy and the person happy as well.
Anybody else wants to add?
Yeah. Also, money is a representation of your hard work and your studies and the good choices in life you make. For example, what career to study and what college to in where you study. And I think that money makes you more proud and happy. But without money, you can't be happy because you can't fulfill your needs.
Somebody else can go ahead.
I think that the money you make in your lifetime won't represent anything the moment you die. I think that the things that came from your heart when you were living are the ones that are gonna be remembered by everyone.
You don't want to add anything?
Alright, so, you're saying that money makes people happy because it represents their hard work. But what about cases in which people inherit money, but they wouldn't buy it? That's money they didn't earn, so why would it make them happy? They didn't work for any of that, so what happens in those cases according to you?
Yeah, you're telling about some special cases like, let's say, 3/4 of people who have a lot of money work for it, and you're talking about a minority that doesn't. And also, you said that necessities or needs, I mean, sorry, don't. It's not what makes you happy. Actually, in a issue of social psychology and personality science, they mention that people who struggle or lack of basic services like shelter or water or clothes or food are less happier than the ones who don't struggle to get it or has it a lot. Thank you for your time.
Go ahead.
Obviously, in that situation, like he mentions that you don't have enough money to suffice your needs. Obviously, your family's love or your relationships or friendships aren't enough, because the minute you actually realize what's going on in your situation, it's not very pleasing. So you can't be truly happy if you're constantly worried about what to eat and what to shelter or what to wear.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, what is it you say that, three out of 4 people, 3/4 of people, earn their money by hard work? I would like to know where you got that statistic from, try to look for it, I couldn't find it. And, as you also mentioned that people with low income are less happy because they struggle. Well, it's true that, they're going through a hard time. It's not because of the money that they're missing, it's because of the lack of crucial necessities that money can buy that they need. And once they do get money to buy those necessities, they may feel relief or tranquility, but not happiness.
Okay, and
Andre?
we're back with money as a necessity. So let's just suppose the money necessity is covered. You have the right money in order to live, to eat, and everything. But additional money will necessarily bring you happiness, because you need a basis in your life built of friendships and relationships, which can indeed bring you happiness. But money alone doesn't really bring you happiness.
Okay. Somebody else on this side?
Yeah.
Go.
Happiness is, I think, it's also based on something new you try. For example, driving a good sports car. And I think it's easier, this is kind of a joke, but I think it's easier to cry in a Lamborghini than crying on a dirty road. So, what I'm trying to say is, without money, you can't try something new because you're stuck with your work, and the money you get is only to cover your needs, and that's like tedious, and that makes people hate their life and their work.
I wanna add.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, 20 seconds.
Yeah, I wanna add that to you that you said that it makes you relieved. It's kind of what makes part of happiness, makes you relieved and happy because you already get the thing you want. Is that?
Go.
Okay, in the first place, how you said those are two separate emotions, and according to what you said, if it's better to cry in a Lamborghini or a messed up car, you're already crying in a Lamborghini just because you're in a Lamborghini doesn't mean you're gonna be happy, you're already crying in it, aren't you? So,
Go. Yeah, go ahead. No? No.
Well, also, well, anyway, Andres also mentioned that money itself can bring you happiness. Of course not. Money is just a paper that has some value that you can exchange for some things. The thing to change for it is what brings you happiness. For example, all the gifts you get for other people, the experiences you get out of it, the small pleasures you get out of it, those are the things that bring you happiness. And I want to hear your answer. What?
Somebody from this side?
Okay, so if you don't have, for example, any friends to share your money with, so you're not happy anyways. It doesn't matter if you have $1 million, because you need to have other sources of happiness anyways. Because if you were rich but alone, you wouldn't be happy anyway.
Yes, I want to say that, for example, you mentioned the things that you get from money, for like the gift or a treat. I think that the real or the important part of those things are the persons or why you get them. I think that getting to spend or having a trip with your friends it would be more valuable than just going on a trip wasting your money.
I think that about what Andres said about not having